English short stories. The voices of Maple Street. The afternoon sun hung heavy over the Louisiana swamp, casting long, golden shadows through the draped Spanish moss. Julian sat on the creaking wooden porch of the old bait shop, his notebook resting open on his knees. As a young writer visiting from the city, he had spent the last week trying to capture the essence of the rural South. However, his drafts felt stiff and lifeless, reads more like a textbook than a living, breathing place. Everything changed when Silas, a lifelong fisherman with weathered skin and kind eyes, walked up the steps. "You still scribblin' in that little book, young blood?" Silas asked with a low rumble of a laugh, tossing a heavy burlap sack onto the deck. "You won't never catch the spirit of this place by hidin' behind them fancy words. You gotta listen to how the river talks." Julian blinked, suddenly realizing that the formal, polished English he had been forcing onto his characters was exactly what was ruining his story. Determined to fix his mistake, Julian began to write down the dialogue exactly as it sounded, embracing the local vernacular. He recorded the rhythmic slang, the dropped consonants, and the unique idioms that filled the air whenever the locals gathered. When Silas described a massive catfish as a real grandpappy of the deep, slicker than grease, Julian copied it down word for word. By capturing the authentic cadence of the community's speech, the text on the page finally began to pulse with genuine energy. By the time the stars began to pinprick the darkening sky, Julian read the new chapter aloud to himself. The difference was night and day. The characters no longer sounded like hollow actors reciting a script, but like real people with history, humor, and heart. He smiled, finally understanding that realism in writing wasn't about perfect grammar, but about honoring the true voice of the people who lived the story every day.